This is Mike's with Mike's, episode 2.
What's up, boys and girls? Michael Cheek.
Mike Rogers.
How y'all doing out there?
So,
What you been up to, buddy?
working on the house.
Working on the house?
Yeah. Ended up being worse than I thought. Now I got to pull boards out from the foundation, so.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
Wow.
No, it was this morning. Yeah, right before I came over, I'm like, oh, shit. I'm talking to the wife. I'm like, this is not good. I'm like, this is going to take longer. It's going to be cheaper, but take longer. So.
You gonna do it all?
Yeah. Why pay somebody when you can do it?
Like when you're like me and you don't know how to do shit.
Yeah, no, I just got to pull out a couple 2x10s out of the foundation and pound them back in. So luckily there's a board behind it, so it's not going to like collapse the house.
Right.
But
All because of, it was previously mentioned on the other podcast, you had some like dry rot in your deck from something. What was done wrong with the house? What was not done?
Two hillbillies with a case of PBR decided to put up a deck and took no consideration into that there's things called rain and wood rot. You know, if the water sits on your wood. So yeah, they didn't flash anything between the house and the deck, and it just kind of ran out in there and would sit in between the boards and started rotting shit out.
So water rots wood. Gotcha.
Yeah, and the
Future
carpenter
reference.
ants got in there, and that's what caused the big problem. That's why I got to pull actually the boards out, because it was like a lot of little surface rot, but the fucking ants got in there and decided to chew up everything. And I go inside and look at the wife. She's like,
Yeah.
"What's wrong?" I'm like, I got a bad feeling about this, man. I got a bad feeling, and I said I'd rather be safe than sorry. So yeah, I got to pull that shit out.
Jesus. Well, that sounds horrible. You should hire somebody to do that for you. Somebody cheap. Anybody cheap out there want to do this for Mike? Come on, hit us up on Facebook. Let us know. Real quick, we're drinking a nice key lime goza from Urban Artifact. Urban Artifact is down in Cincinnati. This beer is awesome. Goza is a sour beer. It's just awesome, man. I really like it. So go check them out if you're in Cincinnati.
Definitely.
They got a good brew scene, actually. They got Rheingeist down there, and is it like Mad Tree or?
I've never been. You know what? I have been to Cincinnati probably in 20 years. So I'm kind of like,
Really?
yeah, I should. Well, I don't go. I don't go that way much. You know, it's like, but
It's Cincinnati. Who really goes? I mean,
Yeah. But
it's turning into a pretty cool beer town out here, though.
that'd be a nice place to take the wife. Go for a flight, fly in there, stay overnight, or some shit like that.
Yeah, I do. The last time I remember going to Cincinnati was with my buddy Phil Smith. You met Phil?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you may have met him at some point.
Probably.
But we were out there for a UFC event, and I'm always notorious for getting split up with the crew. Like he was macking hard on these girls, and I was like, man, I don't really have any interest. So I just walked off. Dude, I was walking down the street, saw these two black gentlemen across the street. I was like, hey, you guys want to come drink with me? And they're like, yeah, fuck it, I was like, I'm buying, So we went into this place, pretty much all white, and bought them a beer, man. And they were like, man, we don't really feel all that comfortable in here. And I was like, well, let's go somewhere where you're comfortable. So they took me to this nightclub, man, and I was the only white guy in there, I think. But no, fuck me, dude. I had a good time, danced with black girls and stuff. I had a great time. Made it back to the hotel and walked in, and Phil was having sex with some girl.
Well,
Not the girl he was macking on, by the way.
did that one cost any money that he had in the room?
No, it did not.
Oh, okay.
No, it did not. No, but I did come in and say, hey, did you take that one? Did you fuck that one blonde whore? And she popped up. A different girl, who I wasn't referring to this girl, but she popped up and she was like, hi. I was like, oh, shit.
You're like,
So I just went to the shower. I was like, I'll just take a shower here, dude. I get out, dude. It's just, I'm like, motherfucker, dude. Just, Jesus, we're both in this room. I'm like, fuck.
Oh,
But anyways,
back in the day.
he kicked her ass out eventually. But and we went to sleep. Yeah. Shout out to Phil.
I don't miss the dating scene. The whole I guess it was cool when you're like 20, 22, 24, 25, but the older I get, the less attractive it becomes.
But it's easy these days. All you got to do is create a Tinder profile, right?
Yeah,
Swipe right or left or whatever the hell it is, and
yeah.
go smash or go find a girlfriend. I guess I don't know.
I wouldn't even know where to start with that stuff.
That's where I'd start. It seems like the easy way to do it.
Yeah, yeah. Tinder is just like, I mean, pretty much the profile is, some girl looking for cock and some
Right.
guy looking for twat, and
I remember getting laid off MySpace back in the day, man. I mean, I can't imagine the shit that's going on these days. Jesus.
oh god, I was dealing with kids in MySpace, man, having to keep them in check.
MySpace, not an official sponsor, but just a wonderful up and coming social media site, in my personal opinion.
Shit, I remember. Oh god. I just remember old chat room. That tells you how fucking old I'm getting.
Yeah, like when the internet first came out, and it was just like chat rooms, like holy shit, we're
Yeah.
typing with someone in California.
Yeah, I mean,
This is crazy.
that was
Now
back-
it's too much, man.
Oh, it
now I
is.
want it to just go the fuck away, mostly. Even though this is going to be put onto the internet, but
It's the whole thing with the internet is the internet's a weird. It's a mixed bag, double-edged sword, and it's like all technology, everything like that. There's some great stuff about the internet, but for the most part, it's just cat pictures and social media, and it's just bullshit for the most part. And I like the cat pictures because I'm a
Yeah.
cat person, but
Jesus Christ.
yeah, I know.
it's all right. No,
But just too many people talking about nothing most of the day. I mean, like we're doing, we're talking about
yeah,
nothing.
But we're at least sitting in front of each other, and neither of us have our phone in our hands. And
Yeah.
we're having a conversation.
Exactly.
We happen to be recording it. I mean,
I don't even
it's
know
not
what-
like any of this bullshit's scripted. So
No, my phone's not even in front of me. I usually lose it when I go home. That's the best thing. Yeah, I felt bad the other day. You texted me, and I had left my phone at home that morning when I was at work. I went to work, forgot my phone, didn't give a shit, got home, didn't even think about it. And then I look at like 8:30, 9 o'clock, and I'm like, oh, a couple people messaged. Oh, Cheek messaged me. And then I'm like, he messaged me at like 10 o'clock that morning. I'm like, boy, I feel like a complete scrote. Texted him back like 9 hours later.
no big deal. I do that all the time. I do that all the time. Mostly just people I don't want to talk to, but
Yeah.
yeah, internet is. There's just too much. I'm guilty of it too. I'll get up in the morning. My kid gets up at like 6:30, so I'll sit there and I'll just troll on Facebook for a couple hours, just having fun, entertaining myself. But it gets pretty ugly on there, man. I mean,
Yeah,
I try to just say like lighthearted, fun things, or sometimes I call people out. But
I skulk around on the Twitter. I got like 2 accounts. I got like my good person account, and then I got my trash talking account
oh shit,
that I get on there and I give people a hard time with.
we need a Mike's with Mike's Twitter account, man.
There we go. I'll have to make sure I don't trash talk with it too much so we don't piss too many people off.
Dude, I'll tweet it out to like my 10 followers on Twitter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it'd be pretty cool.
I always get these weird fuckers, like these like spam bots or like these bots that follow me, and it's like some like porn star shit, and I'm just like, what? So there's some amateur porn thing, and I'm like, I don't even skulk around for porn on Twitter or anything like that. I'm like, what the fuck? But just like you get these random things where it's like, come see my twat on my live stream channel type of thing, and I'm just like, nah, that's
It's because
fine.
your Roomba's been looking at what you've been jerking off to,
Right,
man.
right, yeah, exactly.
Get out of the room, Roomba. I'm trying.
Roomba's
I
right
need
behind
privacy.
me, yeah,
Mapping out your house and your porn schedule. Jesus.
That's like 8 times a fucking day.
I hate also that shit. You all gotta go look at something on Amazon. Like I was looking at a fucking frog gig the other day because I want to gig some frogs and eat some frog legs. But then I'm looking on Facebook and an ad comes up with a frog gig. I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like I know they're not just advertising fucking frog gigs, so it's just so annoying. Like if I want to buy it, I'm gonna buy it. I'm not susceptible to any of that stuff really. I mean, like, I'm gonna buy it when I want to buy it. But it's annoying.
Yeah.
It's very annoying.
Yeah. Like I said, anymore, I get home from work because I work on a fucking computer all day. That the closest I get to a computer is either tinkering around with this kind of stuff, like if I got, to make sure I got to get something ready for the next, day or some shit like that, or something coming up, or I get on my PlayStation or, something like that, or we get on Steam and play a video game, but that's about as close as it gets to.
What's Steam?
It's a video game service for computers.
Oh, just like random games or.
No, you buy games through it.
Oh, okay.
It's the biggest
I
one.
never got
out
into
there.
computer games because I could never control it.
Yeah.
Know?
Well, you know what I hate to? I'm a lazy ass. I hate using a keyboard and a mouse. I know, sacrilege to anybody who plays PC gaming, but I have a thing where I connect it to my TV in the basement, and I sit there with a controller and play whatever.
Yeah.
I like to sit on my couch and do jack all, man.
Yeah.
I hate sitting at my desk trying to fucking. Because I sit at a fucking desk all day. I don't want to.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I'm fucking sitting at a desk all day is horrible. It's not a good lifestyle.
No, it's
Not a good lifestyle. We're not meant to do that. We're just not meant to do that.
I told my wife, I said, if I'm doing this in the next 10 years, I'm going to fucking hang myself right in my goddamn cubicle.
Well, if you're doing this right here, I mean, this podcast is probably...
I can do
this is going to take off, obviously.
The podcasting I can do, I can sit here and bullshit for ad infinitum, but...
It's bad as we'll keep making them when everybody stops listening.
Yeah, exactly.
We're just going to bullshit.
It's good stress relief.
All right. Oh, if you want your beer mentioned on the show or your brewery, let us know. All we need is a free T-shirt each, and a few beers.
A few beers. Or if anybody has a suggestion for a brewery that we haven't been to, which probably isn't many.
Probably isn't going to happen.
But post up on the Facebook page or some shit like that.
Yeah, some shit like that. What are you going to do with the rest of your day?
What am I going to do?
Yeah, you going out with the wife tonight?
I think we're going to go to a brewery somewhere.
You are? Yeah? Where?
I don't know yet. We were talking about going back out to Yakida in Elkhart. Good beer. Good food, too. Good food. Yeah, big shout out to Yakida, man. They're fucking, that's a good brewery. There's a lot of good.
And Bare Hands, they have their Thai PA day, double Thai PA day.
Bare Hands is really good. We've had some good experiences at Bare Hands, man. Because we used to have, we didn't re-up our season tickets for Notre Dame hockey this year. They kind of pissed me off when they went to the Big Ten and then jacked up the ticket prices. And I'm kind of like, man, I liked when they were in the like Hockey East or the CCA, because you got all these like weird teams like fucking Alaska and Maine and UMass Lowell and Boston College. Well, Boston College isn't a small college, but I mean, you got these different teams coming in, and it wasn't fucking Michigan or Wisconsin or Penn State. And I'm just like, now they're like, oh, we're gonna play Wisconsin more, we're gonna play Michigan more, and we're gonna play Penn State more, and I'm just like, I don't fucking care.
No.
I actually liked the smaller teams, and I just. And then, like I said, they jack up the ticket price so they can pay the fucking Big Ten. I'm like, screw that, man.
What NCAA and just the fucking conferences? What a big fucking just organizations and fucking businesses they are.
Yeah.
Basically just indentured servitude, Those kids aren't actually getting a fucking education. Have you seen their practice schedules?
Oh.
Jesus. They ain't got time to focus on class. Give me a fucking break.
And I mean, I'm still going to go to some games this year, don't get me wrong, but, we had great fucking tickets. We were 3 rows up from the glass, right on the blue line. So, like, we were right across from Notre Dame's, where they come out, they're from their locker room right then and there. So, like, on the games, we, when they come out, we were just right there. We could see them all come out, and they were great seats. But when I saw the amount of money that, they jacked up the price by over 30% per ticket. And I'm just like, just for Big Ten? Fuck that. I can't do it.
No. I don't know if I'll ever get rid of my Bears tickets. It's just, I don't know. It's as much torture as they put me through, and as expensive as they are, I still just can't stomach not going. And we got the party bus now, so. And I think next week we're going to do a little Bears preview show. Try to get it up. We should probably have it. I mean, you can probably get it up by Saturday afternoon, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
So definitely listen to that. If there's one thing I do know a little bit about, it's the Chicago Bears. I've seen enough damn games. Really don't know a whole lot about them now. I haven't been able to watch the preseason, but I think we're going to have, I'm going to try to get Pete Bodnay on here. He thinks he knows about sports, and he's a pretty funny guy.
Yeah, I used to keep up with the Bears like a lot. I'd watch every game, and I was always on the sports radio listening, and reading all the articles and all that shit. But man, they got so bad. I just and I'll still put it on like on a Sunday, and I'll watch a little bit here and there while I'm working on stuff. But they got so bad. It was almost like a fucking joke.
Yeah. Well, they essentially got rid of a coach that went 6-10, somehow missed the damn playoffs, and they got rid of him for a fucking scrub from Canada that doesn't have any head coaching experience in the NFL.
No. Oh boy.
See how he worked out.
That
I
was
think he got fired for the fucking Ravens too, didn't he? Is he still their offensive coordinator?
No, I think he got canned too from there. That was a shit show.
And then John Fox, we probably should have kept. I get his name. Is it Pace? Is Pace the GM?
Yeah, Ryan
no,
Pace
Garrett.
is the
No, I
GM.
mean we should have kept Gase, the Dolphins head coach. Sent Fox packing. That's what we should have did. I mean, get a young coach in there. Fucking John Fox. He's never won anything either.
No, and that's the thing about when it comes to coaches, oh well, but he's had all these winning seasons. But if you don't win the grand prize,
Right.
what's the fucking point?
All right.
I
I just want Bill Belichick as my coach. Is that too much to ask?
who doesn't? For as vilified as that guy is, he does nothing but win.
He could probably win the damn Super Bowl with the Bears this year.
Yeah, probably.
They stayed moderately healthy.
Yeah.
Fuck. Well, screw the Bears. Did you see that Powerball?
Woo! That I would love to win one 1/100th of that would have been nice. But $7 million, I would have been fine with $7 million.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But
I was talking we were playing poker last night with a buddy down in Indy, and he's just like, oh yeah, I mean, like, I would I'd get a jet and this and that. I'm like, when you hear more money, more problems, that's the reason why people have more. You got more shit to worry about. Like, dude, just give me a nice piece of land and a house, a couple guest houses for friends to stay on and stuff like that when they want to visit. I'm cool, dude.
the statistics on people who win the lotto are messed up. People actually, people who play the lotto or win the lotto actually most go bankrupt within 5 to 7 years or something
How?
like that after that. Because it's that whole thing, they think they have this, even if you have millions of dollars, it's still easy to spend that money. You can just buy shit
Like, for
and
one,
more shit.
buy a jet,
and more
dude.
shit.
Why would I buy a jet when I can charter a fucking plane?
I'd buy a jet, but could I?
You would. You can fly though. You're a fucking pilot. Of course you would.
But
What
I
the
wouldn't
fuck
buy-
would
I
I do
would-
with it? I would just get a private. I mean, get a fucking rent a fucking jet. For
No,
them.
I know,
Take me here.
but I wouldn't get a fucking crazy one. I'd probably buy a Honda Jet, which is a small 8-seater, 6-seater,
Yeah.
jet.
Actually, I said I would just put you on a retainer
There you go.
and be
There
like,
you
we're
go.
not buying one, but we'll just rent whichever one you want every time.
I can get my as long as you pay for my turbine rating, I'll be good with that.
Whatever the fuck that is, yeah, we'll pay for that. I figure I put you on about a $250,000 retainer. Just fly me where the fuck I need to fly.
I'd fucking do it for $250,000.
I ain't gonna be going many places, man. I'm gonna be in the fucking woods hunting and shit, dude. Still growing my own food. Still fucking trying to gather food, harvest food from the land.
Well, if you ever want to go out to the brush, all you need is I want to get a float plane. That's my ultimate dream is to get
Now you're talking.
like an amphibious.
I'll buy you a float plane
or
with
a
that
float
lot of
plane. I just up in Traverse City.
Do some mad fishing then.
And I'm thinking about doing this maybe next year. I'm banging it around. It's not too expensive, but it's a weekend course how to learn how to fly float planes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just pretty much you got to learn how to take off and land on water.
Right.
So
The rest of it's pretty much the same.
and rest of it's pretty much the same. But there's some nuances to taking off on water and landing on water and shit.
Can only imagine.
And I'd love to. I'd love to get my seaplane rating because I'd love to just be able to go to I like water in general, and I like being able to go out in the middle. I'd love to fly into fucking Canada
Right.
and land out in some remote ass lake
Bam.
or some shit like
Some
that.
lake that don't have a name.
Yeah,
you know?
and go fishing or go hunting.
Oh,
out
there's
there
a ton
or
of fishing
whatever.
there.
Oh yeah, that would
Dude,
be.
I am in on that trip 100%. I'll even fly with you on that one.
That would be that's the fucking dream I have is to have a float plane. But
That would be the shit.
I mean, they're not too expensive, but if you get a used one or something like that, but it's kind of unless I get an amphibious plane which has wheels and float there's an airplane called the Sea Ray. There's the Sea Ray and Sea Max and
Hey, just do the float plane. We'll get a little John boat there.
well, but the nice thing is these ones I can take off from Valpo. Let's
Yeah.
just say I want to go fly up to a lake up in Michigan per se.
Right.
I can take off in Valpo on the runway and with the amphibious ones, and then just land on the lake out there, come back and land back and put it in my
Right.
hangar, type of thing. The problem with the float plane is when you take off from water, you got to land in water, and it's so.
Yeah, the one with the wheels. Yeah, I guess.
You know.
I guess I didn't understand the wheels part of it.
Yeah.
What does it drive around?
Well, yeah. I guess there are a couple that have wheels in it, but I'm looking at it going, man, that'd be a pain in the ass to land. Like I'm looking at this thing like, oh shit, you'd have to land like a pancake and do all this weird stuff. I don't know, but the amphibious ones are like a hull body, so it's almost like a boat,
Right.
with wings on it,
Right.
and you just, and then it's got the retractable landing gear in it. So I don't know.
I would definitely do a trip like that. You should learn how to fly float planes.
I'd fucking love to. I'd love to just be able to fly out to like Warsaw or something like that. They got they got a seaplane port out there, and just in Warsaw, Indiana, and
Yeah.
just to be able to land on the water and float around, and like you said, get an inflatable raft and hang out on it, moor the airplane. And
Yeah, we could definitely just do an inflatable and.
Yeah.
And I mean that would be the shit, man.
Yeah, it would.
I don't know if I would. I think elk is as big as I want to go as far as hunting. I don't think a moose, man. I might mess around, come up on a moose, and it's not dead, and it messed me up or something.
I think it depends on the caliber you're using.
Well, I mean,
If you're using a cannon,
I'm not just gonna walk up on a moose. I mean, just make sure that thing's dead. I might pop it again just in case.
That's probably a smart bet. Yeah.
Yeah, but that'd be super fun, man. There's tons of northern and stuff up there.
Oh,
with
fuck
perch
yeah.
and-
I mean, just fishing wise would be just.
Oh, it'd be crazy.
Oh God, that'd be great. Yeah, my buddy Matt and Joe are up in Canada right now. Bastards.
Really?
Yeah.
Fishing?
Yeah, they're up there fishing.
Fuckers. Should be fishing right now. Should go over to Shorewood after this. I got a buddy who lives right there.
I wish I just live right by Flint. You can.
How's
pull-
Flint? You catch anything in there?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. You know what? A lot of guys go out there ice fishing actually, and I love ice fishing. So
I've never been.
we should go ice fishing this winter. We'll get some tip ups and.
What's a tip up?
You drill a hole in the ice and you put this little contraption on top of the hole, and it's got a flag on it.
Yeah.
And then you run your line down there with your bait, usually like minnows or some shit like that,
Right.
or shiners or something.
Right, yeah.
And then when the fish grabs it, the flag goes up, and then you go over there and reel it in. I mean, that's
Okay.
kind of like, but then you can also jig for shit. You can drill a hole and sit out there with your jigging rod, and
Dude, I'm in. I'll bring the minnows, man.
okay.
I'll bring
Yeah,
them.
we could-
Actually, I can't bring them from there. I was at. Have you heard of Sugar Creek?
No.
Sugar Creek. I went in kind of like by Darlington Covered Bridge.
Yeah.
Threw my waders on and went fishing for a smallmouth and just wading around. It was fucking beautiful, dude. But there was tons of fucking minnows, man. I was like, dude, I could just put my trap out here and just
Yeah.
get minnows for fucking. You're not gonna live very long, but it'd be too cold to do that then, probably.
Yeah, you got to put them in you actually got to put them in a cooler to keep them warm.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
When that creek was really cool, man. It was really cool, man. But I didn't see a ton of bass. Caught a couple. There was these like school of like shad, I think it was. And then there was these suckers. Really cool looking, like something you'd see in like an aquarium or something. Suckers
That's cool.
running around. They're fast as fuck too.
Oh,
It was cool though.
A couple of years ago, I was up in Wisconsin with some friends of mine, and we went on this. Somebody had set it up. I don't know, a guided fishing thing or whatever
Right,
it
right,
was, but we
right.
went to this lake that was way the fuck out there, and we caught, what was it, 125 perch in like one day. It was like shooting fish in a barrel at this place, man, with jigging rods in these shanties, man, and it was just like,
We're using bait.
yeah, just little like bee moths or whatever it was, and you just put it down in there, man. I mean, there were so many of them. They were just, yeah, we had to throw ones back. We were looking, yeah, you catch some small,
Right.
4 or 5 inch ones or 6 inch ones.
You're looking
and
for
then-
like a nice eating perch like that.
looking
you
for a
know?
nice 8 inch, type of perch, and yeah,
Clean
we
them
were
all.
just,
Clean and eat them all.
what?
Clean and eat them all.
The guide cleaned them all,
Oh,
and I think the
damn.
guide was pissed because since we like all fished before, type of thing, we're all fishing people. He's used to getting like a bunch of wankers from Chicago, these assholes who've never fished a day in their life but want to go back Monday morning to the the office and
Right.
talk. Oh yeah, I was roughing it out you were roughing it in a shanty with a propane heater, but
Yeah.
and we come out there and it took him. I think it took him a good hour and a half to clean all the fucking
Hour and
fish
a half for
us.
125 perch?
I guess he was machine.
That guy is
and
a machine.
It wasn't. He was being a machine.
That would
with
take
it,
me at least
but
2 hours.
He was just like, fuck
Probably
this.
2.5, 3.
Yeah, it was. Within this last year, we were on the Wisconsin River this last year, and I don't know. Everybody was saying it was the moon stuff because the guys were talking. Some of the guys were talking. Some of the guys who live up there were like, "Yeah, we hit shit. We were hitting shit the other day, and blah blah blah." And they were just, it was like shooting fish in a barrel. And then we get out there and there wasn't fucking shit. And they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh well, the moon phase says that they're not going to be biting and all that." So
Yeah, I don't pay attention to that, but the weather, I watch the weather closely because sometimes you're just like, after a storm,
yeah,
you're not gonna catch any fucking fish.
No. Yeah.
They got systems inside their bodies that storms fuck with them, dude.
Well, that's that whole barometric pressure
Yes,
thing, man.
that's what I was looking for. I'm not the smartest guy in the world. Are levels okay here? Can everybody hear us? Cool.
Looks like we're pretty good. I'll have to add a little gain to it, but
Keep talking about gain. I don't know what gain is.
or compressor. Actually, I'm probably just going to run a compressor through it. So.
A compressor? You got an air compressor in the garage next door. I don't know how that's going to help, though. You need to clean off your computer. You'll clean the fuck out of that computer.
It balances the levels, but I'm looking at the mics and look like we're hitting pretty good on stuff. So.
Good. What else is out there, man? I mean, just like the fucking elephants in the room that I really don't care to fucking talk about anymore, but all the fucking nice racism and fucking the all left or whatever you want to call them.
It's idiots on
The
both.
people giving the fucking morons attention.
It's
like-
idiots. It's idiots on both sides.
Right.
Is what it is.
What's like the other one side's clearly wrong. Like, let them get their little fucking tiki torches in March. Give them zero attention, no stories, and let it just go away.
I wish they would have. Yeah, it would have been like. I've never understood this fascination with the whole white power movement because it's so small. I mean, it really is. It's this small.
Yeah,
Like
I mean-
I love it. Everybody's like, "Oh, the KKK." You know how many members the
Right.
KKK has anymore?
It's the last time you seen a burning cross, man.
It's
Come
like
on.
it's like 8,000 people out of 320 some odd million people. 8,000 people
Right.
belong to the KKK. More people belong to the Black Panthers than the fucking KKK. Why does anybody give a shit? Or like neo Nazis, this whole.
It's obviously morally horribly fucking wrong.
Okay.
Crazy bullshit thinking.
But to think
But
that.
I mean, like, yeah.
But then you got the retards from Antifa
Yeah,
who are just
yeah.
as bad. They're
Yeah.
they're like this communist, like crazy group
Right.
who runs around, anarcho-communist or
Right.
whatever the hell they call themselves, whoa, we have to punch Nazis, I wish they'd throw them all in a big like Thunderdome type of thing and let
Yeah,
them
just,
all
like,
just
fight it out.
let them fuck each other up and leave everybody else alone type of deal.
Right. Well, there seem to be a lot more of them, so they kill all the racists, and if they could just work on killing each other, that'd be great too.
Oh, they'll just. But you know what the fuck thing is with Antifa is that it's not even about. That whole situation is so complex. It's just too many people with too much fucking time on their hands.
Keyboard fucking warriors, and then fucking people want to come out here and fucking in the streets and just the violence. I'm sure there, you're only going to see the violent parts. I'm sure there was plenty of fucking standing around and yelling chants and shit like they're at a fucking softball game or something.
But that's their God-given right, man.
Yeah, sure, they can do that if they
I
want to
don't
waste their fucking
care.
time like that.
Yeah, but that's the same. They're wasting their time.
Yeah.
They're not wasting my time.
Oh, yeah.
They go sit on a street corner and go, white power worldwide, or communism worldwide, or fuck the
Communism
fascists, or fuck the communists, or fuck everybody, or whatever it is. They're wasting their own time. They're not wasting my time.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I just think like the counter movement gives this little insignificant movement a fucking more of a fucking platform.
It does. It does.
And
You're
it kind of sucks because it's a horrible fucking thing.
because it gives each
Something
of,
that deserves zero platform.
it gives them each of them an enemy to fight.
Yeah, it gives.
Because there really was no enemy. And anybody who thinks they're going to completely get rid of racism or any kind of racism or bigotry or whatever it is, I'm sorry, but you're sadly mistaken.
never
That it's
going to
ever
happen.
going to go away. I hate these people who say, oh, the institutionalized racism. No, there isn't. There isn't. You know what there is? There's a dude here, or a dude there, or this there, or that there. There's these little one-off peoples or little one-off groups that do their shit. But if we fucking ignore them and just let them do their thing, they'll just fade off into the sunset somewhere, and nobody will give a shit. And
there's definitely some inequalities, I'd say, definitely in more urban areas, I would say. More populated areas and things like that.
It's such a complex situation.
This is probably just mismanagement by fucking government, if anything.
Well, but the problem with it is, I think government half time creates more of these problems.
Yeah. Well,
you start throwing money at stuff, and then you get people who are on the tit of the government. You got
to create a self-sufficient fucking population.
There's two factors.
Nothing wrong with helping.
You have to want to better yourself, and you have to want to better your community. And if you don't want to do either of those things, and you want somebody, if everybody says I want the next person to do it, guess what? Nothing ever fucking changes. So, when you hear all this shit about, people in the urban areas or whatever it is, it's like, well, it sucks. And it's not that I'm saying that, there's certain problems like gang violence, which, I don't understand. I've never understood the whole gang thing. The whole gang thing is just something that's like so foreign to me.
I understood it back in the day. There's like this sense of
wanting to belong,
like brotherhood and like
right.
that.
But
it's always that's just a business as anything else. They're just exploiting fucking people.
But they're exploiting
that's all
people.
They're doing.
I think the people, they want somebody else to come in and clean up their community. But what I wish they would do is sit there and say, no, we're going to fight back against the gangs or whatever it is. And if the people in their community would fight back against the gangs, then maybe things would change. And I think number two, which would probably go a long way to getting rid of a lot of the gangs, is get rid of the war on drugs.
Yep.
Get rid of it. Because if you make something illegal like this, then you're going to have this illegal, quote-unquote, illegal activity.
You create a black market.
You're going to create a black market.
It's not necessary.
And with drugs, because it's an addiction-fueled, especially with a lot of the drugs, it's an addiction-fueled thing. You got people who are then at the tit of the gangs for their supply or whatever it is. Rather than them, and they got to hide and run in the shadows and all stuff like that, rather than being able to go to some kind of dispensary or even just the fucking local market and go, I need a pound of crack so I can go burn my brain cells out, And if people want to fucking smoke the crack and burn their brains out, that's fine. I don't care. I really, I hate when we're just trying to morally police people nonstop, because I think it's wrong that you destroy yourself. Well, I think it's wrong people destroy themselves, but at the same time, then throwing them in jail just isn't.
I think things like meth, heroin, the fucking big drugs that can fucking kill, man, and really ruin lives. Ruin lives. Legalize them, fine. I'm fine with that idea. But really, really, really kill the fucking manufacturing. Like if you get caught manufacturing, you're just wiped off the map, dude. You just get shot.
Yeah, or instead of spending all this money on giving these police departments fucking Hummers and bullshit to combat the fucking local crack house, which is a little bit of overkill.
Yeah.
Put it into drug rehab programs for shit like heroin and opiate addictions and stuff like that. I mean, because our biggest problem is like the opiate addictions and the cocaine. I guess crack is under that umbrella. Even though I don't think is cocaine an opiate. I don't remember.
No, it's a.
But the opiates and the cocaine kinds of stuff. If they would spend more money on building things to get these people in rehabs and maybe even like prevention. And
we could really stomp out the drug problem.
You're never going to get rid of it.
Killing the war on drugs would be kill. I mean, it's never going to happen because it's too big of a business.
But throwing somebody in a fucking prison and thinking that they're gonna you're just putting them in there with other criminals, and it just gets just as bad.
How many people are in prison right now for marijuana-related charges?
Yeah, or just any drug-related charge. It's just stupid. It's just.
But just marijuana.
I know.
Like something as harmless as fucking marijuana.
But gambling's legal. I've seen people destroy their lives with gambling. They spend all their money on gambling. Think alcohol. I've seen people destroy, but it's legal. So just make other shit legal.
What do you got to do? Gambling. Hey, gambling. Yeah. I mean, gambling should be legal.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, it should be. Yeah. Like I said, because nobody is forcing you with a gun to the
throw
back
the
of your
hotline
head.
out there and say, hey, come on.
Yeah. Nobody's forcing anybody with a gun to go.
Right.
You need to go put your money in the slot machine, or you need to go put your money on the table at the fucking casino.
I played poker last night, but I never gamble when I'm in Vegas. Hardly ever. Sometimes I'll gamble on the video poker machines at a bar when I know the guy's comping my tab. once he knows I'm a good tipper and he agrees to count my tab for playing for paying $1 hand every hour, then we're good. Then I play about $10 worth on there.
Yeah, I
usually
know.
cash out like $8.
I have gambling to me. Like, I don't mind, like, if I'm playing poker with the buddies or whatever it is, and putting $20 on the table
Yeah, I
at
love
the end of the
poker.
night, whoever winner takes all type of thing. Whatever, fine, because it's more about just being able to sit around the table,
Sit around
bullshit, and
bullshit,
drink beer,
yeah. Right.
But, at the same time, like, I like my money too much. I like using my money for other things than just give it to somebody. Because really, the only reason casinos stay in business is because they take in more money than they give out.
Yeah.
End of story. I mean,
End of
so to
story.
think that you're going to win this jackpot or whatever it is, and I love these people who go there and they're like, but I'm going to win. I won big last week. I won $1,000. Yeah, but you burnt it this week and then some.
Yeah. Do you understand statistics?
Yeah, yeah. Casinos would not be in business if they didn't make money.
Right.
If they paid out more than they took in, they wouldn't be in business.
Right. Odds. I think I don't really know, but I think there's one game, if it's played exactly perfectly, that's slightly in the player's advantage, and that's blackjack.
Blackjack. That's the only one, and you have to know what you're
Yeah,
doing.
like I don't know how to do that probably.
You
There's
know?
like 3 or 4 moves I probably would fuck up, or someone
Yeah.
else on the table, or blah blah blah, or But yeah, it's just boring to me too.
Yeah.
It's boring.
I can't, yeah.
But poker, while there's boring parts of it, there's a lot of strategy, and I really don't consider it gambling.
It's a card game.
There's a luck aspect.
There is.
But I'm good at poker. Like, I knew I was going to win money last night. I took off work. I'm like, I know I'm going to win. I didn't win as much money as I thought I would. I caught a lot of shitty cards the first rent game, but second game, I did get a split with my buddy B. White. Thanks for giving me the 60. Thank you. And, yeah, it was fun. And these other guys just play like fucking madmen, so you just catch a hand and then put your chips in.
Oh yeah, 'cause you can always tell that guy who's always in, man, always in. He always thinks he has the hot hand.
It's this dude Joe. Every time he comes around, I'll play.
Even though he's
hilarious.
got a 7 and a 2 in his fucking
Right.
hand,
Oh, I'm pretty sure someone caught bad beat someone on a 7-2 last night. I think it was in a blind though. So
Oh,
not that bad.
yeah.
We're just if we ever decide to do like one topic on a show, I think we're fucked because we bounced around to so many different topics.
Oh, I think that's okay.
Oh, I think it's
That's
fine.
okay.
It's fine.
I like the rambling. I think it's it adds character.
Yeah, these mics are so small. I gotta be more wary of this mic. These mics are awesome. We got to do a remote podcast now.
Definitely.
Got to do it while we're fishing or something.
Yeah, too bad we couldn't. I told the wife about Dark Horse. She's like, "We could go back to Dark Horse."
That would be awesome.
I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Well, we'll see what happens."
My wife felt pretty sick after our last little hurrah in Tennessee, so she was in on that 16 stout sour beer share. So she I want to put her medical issues in. Not she doesn't have any actual medical issues, but yeah, too much drinking's bad.
Yeah.
So we figured we'd hold off. But Dark Horse is a wonderful place. You guys should send us some T-shirts, Dark Horse. I don't know how you would ever find this podcast, but you guys have one of the most baller beer gardens I've ever been to.
Yeah, they have a very nice beer garden.
And I've been back since you guys have everything in the world. I think they have fucking dry cleaners, motorcycle repair, fucking bakery, fucking cigar shop.
It's like a whole
Fucking
compound,
knows.
man.
It
It's
is.
like the Waco, Texas of Michigan, except it's like beer and not David Koresh.
Glorious
and,
beer. Oh, speaking of beer, are we able to do a pause and start right back up?
Yes,
Or
we
we
are.
are? Okay.
We are going to take a break. Be right back. All right, we're back.
Sorry about that. Just had to grab another beer from Urban Artifact. It's called Finn. It's Berliner style pale ale. It's described as tart, golden, and citrusy. I thought I was going to read the whole thing, but no. It says something about apricot, though, man. I've tasted a lot of good apricot beers recently.
You know what?
You guys send us T-shirts, please. Urban Artifact, send us T-shirts, please.
I'm gonna have to head down there. Is what I'm gonna have to do.
Yeah.
That's-
We'll come pick them up. Pour this up here.
So what were we talking about?
Everything under the sun.
Oh yeah,
brother.
beer gardens. Oh yeah, speaking of beer places, I went to New Holland, the Knickerbocker, up there in Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
You want to talk about a nice place? Real nice, man.
Yeah?
Like it's kind of the design of it's more modern, but they got an outdoor area, nice outdoor area. That was cool. Nice outdoor area. The food, you can tell it was a little bit swayed towards the whole tree huggery.
What is it again? I'm sorry.
The New Holland. It's called the New Holland has a place called their 8th Street Pub. It's actually in Holland, Michigan.
Yeah,
I
I've been
think.
there several times.
This one's in Grand Rapids called the Knickerbocker.
Gotcha. Named after one of their. Is it their gin?
It might be
Knickerbocker. It's one of their craft liquors.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, it was really good. I got this fucking sloppy Joe of all things. I ordered a sloppy Joe. Boy, was that a good sloppy Joe, man. I mean, the food, like I said, it was more skewed towards the vegetarian. It's kind of that whole, and a lot of it is, more, which I'm okay with. This was like the locally sourced stuff, which was cool, like where they were.
Fucking sloppy Joe at a restaurant.
Dude, it was a good fucking sloppy Joe, man.
Right.
It was a fancy sloppy Joe.
Tree hugger sloppies, baby.
Well, it wasn't tree hugger
Yummy.
because it had meat in it, so
Pine nuts in it, roasted pine nuts.
No, it was basic, but
It was tofu. You just didn't know.
Yeah, it had like fried pickles in it, which was pretty fucking cool.
That's gross. Not the beer. The beer's delicious.
So how was the beer? I gotta taste this.
Very good. Berliner style pale ale. I don't think I've heard of that.
That's nice.
I like it though.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. It's not for pale ale. It's not real flowery. For pale ale, it's not real flowery. I hate like some of those pale ales.
Yeah.
You get that really just flowery.
Yeah. Have you had any New England style pale ales?
Yes.
Or IPAs?
Yeah.
Those are taking over the game. Those are
They're a little bit more
those
mild.
are very
that's
tasty.
wild,
Yeah. Not super bitter and
No.
it's really really hoppy though. Lots of dry hopping.
Yeah. No, Grand Rapids though, man, you can go there and that's a place to go if you want to drink beer all day, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
We definitely did the Michigan beer tour. And Grand Rapids was our third stop though, so we were kind of like
because you got Founders up
I
there.
got roughed up, but
You got Founders, which is always nice. They got a great patio out there and shit.
Just up there for Founders Fest.
And their fucking sandwiches are like the size of my head, man. Jesus Christ. I remember the wife and I, first time we were there.
He's got a really tiny head, so it's not that big. I'm just kidding.
We both ordered sandwiches. We couldn't, and I can usually eat like a goddamn horse, and I was like, shit, I can't finish this thing. I got this like mega stacked sandwich from hell, and I was like, it was huge. But yeah, and then you got, like I said, they got the Knickerbocker, and there's all those other breweries in the town. Those are the two bigger ones, out of the craft brews.
Yeah, I think we just went to Grand Rapids Beer Company, Founders, and Brewery Vivant.
Okay. But Michigan itself just got some fucking great breweries.
Oh,
man.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Jesus. You could just, especially you go up the West Coast.
Kalamazoo, too, man.
Yeah,
Kalamazoo. But if you just go up the West Coast,
you're going to hit,
Oh, yeah.
Kalamazoo, you got Bell's, and you got,
Oh, you got tons. You got
the Dark Horses out there.
Arcadia, One-Well.
And then we hit
so many others. I'm just won't come to my brain right now.
We hit some smaller ones. The one day, her and I we'll try to go hit smaller places.
Rupert's, Gonzo's.
We hit a place called. We've been back there a couple times now, and there's the train.
There's the train, folks. Regular visitor on the podcast.
We hit the Sister Lakes Brewing. It's up there by It's in Sister Lakes, Michigan. Is it called Sister Lakes? I don't know. It's right by these two lakes. There's two lakes, so they call them Sister Lakes. Nice place, man, and the beer was good. The food was good. The staff was great. Little place off the beaten path, but I love those little. It's like we went out to out here Kuntz Lake Brewing. Out by Kuntz
Lake Brewing?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
And, the beer was pretty good. Nothing that I was like, ooh, God, no, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and it was just this little off-the-wall place, but, like I said, the staff was really friendly, and then we hit another place, Paw Paw Brewing, Paw Paw, Michigan.
Paw Paw, Michigan. That's exit 60 on 94 East.
Okay, so this place... it was kind of a dive. Like the building it's in is kind of divey.
I like a dive.
But they had some good brews there and some good food.
All that matters.
It was actually quite. It was quote unquote charming, to say the least.
Charming.
The atmosphere, stuff like that. Yeah. So we hit a lot of we try to hit these little spots, like these little breweries lately. And just trying to find stuff and go places, and I've come up with found some great little, hole in the wall places that
Need to come down to Deviate. Yep.
I haven't been to Deviate yet. I need
I'm
to
not
get,
going to mention them again until I get something free for them. They never give me anything free.
I need to get down central Indiana there.
There's some, I mean, per capita, it's definitely hit tons of breweries. Quality wise, there's only a few that I really, really, really like. But there's lots of good ones.
Yeah.
A few great ones. Deviate is one of the great ones.
360.
That's worth one free beer.
Was it 390 brewery we just went to in Illinois? It's like the punk rock brewery. That was real nice. It was kind of cool, except for the if anybody from 390 is listening, but
What's
don't
390?
don't what?
390?
I think it's called 390 Brewing.
350?
No, 390.
390?
I think it's 390.
Where's it in Chicago?
Or is it 350?
Is it in Chicago? Is it in Tinley?
It's in Tinley, yeah.
350.
350, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But, Sublime is not punk rock. I just
No.
want to let you know that. Don't turn off the good music and turn on Sublime. Thank you. Have a nice day.
I like Sublime.
Yeah, but if I'm in a punk rock place, like if I'm in a place
Yeah,
that's
they
playing
claim to be-
like pop punky.
Yeah, it is kind of like funk. Yeah, I've been there.
because
I've been
because
there.
I was looking at the wall and they got like the Descendants and NoFX and Ray Gun stuff and all this shit, and then you get this guy and you're playing NoFX on the radio, and it was actually one of my favorite, playing Linoleum, which is like probably probably one of the only songs most people know by NoFX, but I'm like, oh, it's a good song. And then he stops it to turn on Sublime.
Oh,
I'm
like straight up stopped it and then turned on?
Yeah, I'm
like
like-
not just next song?
No, I'm like, dude, don't do this. Don't do this.
You gotta let the song ride out in the public place.
Yeah.
Unless it's just obvious, like,
But the food was good. The food was good and the beer was good and the people were
Yeah.
friendly, except for the guy who turned on Sublime.
did you go anywhere else in Tinley?
No, that day I think we just hit there. We had quite a few beers and we headed home.
No food there. So maybe eat at 350 or somewhere else, or hit McDonald's or something. But Hailstorm Brewing.
Yeah, you know what we talked about.
Hailstorm's got some solid brews.
We talked about going to Hailstorm, but like I said, they didn't have food and we were hungry.
Right. Well, they got pretzels.
Yeah.
Fill up on free pretzels.
But we hit. And where else did we go? We usually like to go to like Homewood Flossmoor or Flossmoor Station Brewery.
Never been there.
Food's really good. The beer's really good. It's gotten quite popular over the years.
Yeah.
They have the best fried pickles in town.
Stop saying that. I hate pickles.
I love fried pickles, man. I could eat fried pickles all day long. I just had some last night at B-Dubs.
Oh, man. That's just gross, dude. Ugh.
I was trying to think.
I'm in the minority there, but pickles are disgusting.
I could eat fried pickles and poutine all day long, man.
I'll fuck with some gravy, dude. But yeah.
Dude, the Canadians got one thing right, man. One thing right.
Yeah.
And that was poutine.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with cheese curds, gravy, and French fries. There's nothing wrong with any of those three things, and together they're fucking delightful.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll mess with that stuff. Really, I've been losing a lot of weight, but I've still been eating plenty of fucking fat and stuff like that, man. Just really staying away from sugar and staying the fuck out of McDonald's and shit. Stop eating fucking at work.
Fast
So,
food is
yeah.
that'll blow you up faster than a goddamn air pump up your ass.
For real. But sugar is air pump up your ass. Speaking of air compressors, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that wouldn't be good. But yeah, TJ, fuck. I think sugar's the worst. That's the one thing that worked for me because I always tried all kinds of crazy ass diets, but I never really cut out a lot of sugar. And yeah, except for beer. Whoops.
It's just everything has sugar in it. And I've never been a big sugar person, like a big candy person or a big sugary thing person.
You start looking at like meats and shit that got sugar in it. Like, why the fuck does this have sugar in it?
And I'm more of a meat.
Why?
I'm more of a meat and potatoes kind of guy. But then I like vegetables too. But it depends on the vegetable. Well, I like all. I don't think there's anything I won't eat. Let's put it that way. Except for watermelon. I hate watermelon. I hate watermelon. I hate watermelon. I hate watermelon.
Fuck watermelon.
But unless somebody plugged a bottle of vodka in it, and then I'll
Right, yeah. Usually, wasn't it a bottle of Everclear back in the day?
yeah. Now it's just vodka.
Did you ever go to a Noah Fest? Mm-mm. No? Yeah, I think he usually had one of those.
But yeah.
Oh, you going to watch this fight tonight?
If it's on somewhere, I will, wherever we go.
Sideshow, right?
Yeah, it is. It's just,
It's a fucking circus sideshow,
It's a circus
man.
sideshow, and that's,
Well, it's a circus main event. Let's put it that way.
I hope McGregor wins.
Everyone does.
But I don't know. I mean, he's got the age advantage, I guess, so to speak, but
It's Mayweather, man. I mean, unless you're like a really hardcore fan of boxing, dude, I think even if you're like a racist black person, you're still rooting for McGregor.
yeah, I think it just because people want to see things rotate. I think.
Well, I don't know. He's such a good technical boxer.
Yeah.
Boring as shit to watch.
Yeah.
but
Boring as shit.
McGregor's gonna be a lot bigger than him.
Yeah.
He can definitely has the power to knock him out. I don't know if he's got the skill to catch him with that punch though.
Well, if McGregor goes at him early on, I think
It's going to have to be a lot of brawling. I think a lot of clinching and.
yeah.
I was listening to Rogan's podcast, and I think it was it. And he said that it's probably in the rules, and like the boxing referees aren't going to allow a whole lot of that business, especially since it's a Mayweather production. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I don't know. I'm hoping to watch it. I think I'm going to go. with my buddy Steve's, if you are interested.
Yeah, like I said, I'll see what's up with the wife unit.
Yeah,
See what.
I'm going to do a live podcast, calling the fight, fucking a review on the fight. It's right when the McGregor fights comes on in round one. Be like, all right, it's time.
Let's go.
Have you ever listened to one of those, the fight recaps from Rogan?
No, I never.
They're pretty funny. They always get off topic, and
Yeah.
they talk about fighting about 35% of the time.
Well,
but-
because sometimes you watch a boxing match and you got those rounds that are just boring as shit.
Oh, yeah.
They're dancing around like a couple fairies in the ring, and they throw one or two love taps at each other, and you're like, boy, that was a waste of a fucking round.
Oh, shit.
Then you got other rounds that are full throttle. They're all beating the living shit out of each other, type of thing. But yeah, I'm more curious as to. With the whole Bears season thing, I'm placing my bets when Trubisky is going to be the starting quarterback.
All right, let's do some predictions. All
Game
right.
3.
Bears record. What do you think overall record at the end of the season will be?
4-12.
I'm gonna say we're 6-10.
Boy, that's
6-10.
being optimistic.
Yeah, it is a little optimistic. It's thinking that we'll stay fairly healthy, and Jordan Howard won't have a sophomore slump or anything like that.
I'm thinking 4-12, and Trubisky is starting after Game 3, starting Game 4. They'll go 3 games, and Glennon's going to be a complete failure.
For me, for Trubisky to start, all that has to be proven to me is that the offensive line can protect the quarterback. If they prove to me that if we're getting good protection for Glennon, then I'm cool with Trubisky coming in there, man. But if someone's going to go get killed, we'll make it that little head fuck, dude. Fucking tall son of a bitch, man.
Yeah. I mean, nothing against Glennon, but he's just not.
I have something against him. He got $15 million as a backup when we could have just kept fucking Barkley and Hoyer.
That's
lost just as many fucking games.
I'm saying nothing against
and
him.
paid fucking $13 million less for the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, I'm not saying nothing against him. I'm not saying nothing against him personally, but I think it was a
more props to him. Get your fucking money, dude.
Yeah, it was a turd of a signing. It was a head scratcher.
Terrible
You're going,
signing, dude.
Man, what are you fucking thinking when you're doing this? What are you?
I'd rather have Colin Kaepernick.
Oh,
I really would.
Nah,
I don't want to go into that. That's what I've been trolling mostly. Just making like logical arguments. He's definitely like being blackballed in a way.
Oh, he is, but you know what the thing is?
It's not because of black or white, dude. It's because of green.
It's because he's a tar.
Because of green.
And I think that's what everybody keeps forgetting. It's not because of black. It's not because of white. It's because he's a retard.
It's because he's a retard.
Because I hate this shit when they talk about racism and they talk about this stuff. Who was it? There was my wife was it was on TV the other night, and they had where were we at? Oh, is it B-Dubs? And you got this clown. He's got this it's got the black power fist and Colin Kaepernick's head behind it, and it's this star. they're like, oh, the oppression of the black peoples or whatever it is. And I'm going, you make more in 1 year than I'll make in my entire goddamn lifetime. If you want to talk to me about oppression, no, go fuck yourself, because you are the example that there's not oppression in that. Nobody stopped you from making millions of dollars. Nobody stopped you from being successful. There's nothing there. Colin Kaepernick's a prime example. He's a fucking complete hypocrite when he talks about this bullshit, about, the racisms or whatever it is, because you are a prime example. You make millions of goddamn dollars. Well, you're not now because you decided to be a retard, but
maybe he's making more now.
He might be. But, you are a prime example that there's not this. And don't give me this bullshit, because I know plenty of white people who aren't going to make that much money. I know plenty of Hispanic people who aren't going to make that much money. And it's not because of oppression. It's not because of this. It's because either A, you don't have the skill, or B, you're just a waste of air who sits on their ass all day bitching and moaning about everybody else. You got to start taking a fucking accountability. You got to start looking at yourself and going,
if no one would have made that a story, none of that shit would have been anything. You'd have just been kneeling on the sideline. No one would have fucking noticed.
No.
I blame media for most division in this country. I blame media and government.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because
when I look out my window, I see people of all races and I see happy people.
I mean, really, most 99% of the American public is too busy working, dealing with their families, dealing with their personal lives, dealing with all their bullshit to give a shit about race, creed, or color. I mean, they just don't care.
What do you think the average age of these protesters are? Not the fucking racist fucks. They don't even count as humans to me, man. The other ones are fucking barely human.
19 to 25, and they all live in mom's basement.
Like,
they were showing people are getting paid to go to these protests. They're paying people. They have ads. There's ads on Craigslist and stuff like that to pay people. George Soros's Open Society Foundation or whatever it is hires people to go to protests. And don't get me started on George Soros, because that guy is probably the closest thing to the goddamn Antichrist that there is out there right now. I mean, he really is. The guy is a shady motherfucker. By
all accounts, he seems like a very bad person.
He's a very bad person, and unfortunately, people like him live for goddamn ever.
Yeah.
But they have. They're paying people to go to these protests. They're paying people to do this stuff, and it's like, if you're paying people to protest, then you're really defeating the purpose of a protest. You're trying to move your agenda.
It's not a protest.
No.
When you pay them, they just become extras in a fucking act, in a play.
Or they become mercenaries.
Yeah.
For your army.
Mercenaries, there you go.
Yeah, mercenaries for your political army.
Yeah.
And most of these kids, the problem with a lot of and especially the millennial generation, and I think there's even a divide, even in the millennial generation. The later millennial generation is
right, because I'm almost considered a millennial.
Right,
and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm on the tail edge of the Gen X, type of thing, or tail end.
That's where I am too.
Yeah.
I don't know what they think. It's all made up bullshit anyway. So
nobody knows what year or what.
And I don't like saying all millennials, because I know a lot of from working in pizza delivery, that a lot of kids that are got good heads on their shoulders.
Yeah, no, and I'm not saying like everybody, but for the most, but there's a large portion of them you see where, kids who grew up in the like a lot of Gen Xers, or even a lot of people who, I grew up, my parents were baby boomers and all kinds of stuff like that. We had it pretty good. And then you had the earlier Gen Xers who had kids, and they had it pretty good. But the problem with it was they never had any accountability for their kids, They didn't hold their kids to any kind of standards, and it wasn't kind of I like the idea of, when you're 18, if you ain't doing shit, you're out of the house kind of thing, type of deal. And then if you're 22, 23, and even if you're doing shit, you're still out of the house type of deal, type of thing.
When I left my mom's house, what age I was?
What?
26.
Oh, well, But
that was a lot more because my father passed away when I was a teenager, so she didn't have anyone around. So,
but there's exceptions.
Free rent.
There's exceptions to every clause and stuff like that. But you got a lot of these kids who want things handed to them. They don't want to have to work for anything, and they want things handed to them. and you go, oh, you know, and
It's a dangerous culture to create.
it's a very dangerous culture. And so you got these kids, you know, everything's a fucking right. No, not everything is a right, boys and girls.
No.
You know, everything's a right. Everything is, you know, I should have this. I should have free health care. I should have this. I should have that. I should have this. You know, well, the problem with it is when you start handing out everything for free, then who gets paid?
The government.
You know, yeah, the government, right? You know, but then you start
Yeah.
draining. But if nobody's getting paid, then the government can't even take money from you if you're not getting paid. I mean, it really becomes it's like the fucking snake eating its own tail type of deal, you
Yeah.
know, and you run into this problem where everybody's taking and nobody's giving, and then you know. These kids just need to get a fucking job and live their lives and quit worrying about everybody else, what they're going to do.
They need to
for
realize
them.
that right now in their life, they don't know shit.
Yeah, they don't know shit.
At
And
that age, I didn't know shit.
number two,
man.
don't rely on somebody else to do the
I was an
things
idiot.
to do the things that you need.
Your prefrontal cortex does not fully develop until you're 25.
Right. You know,
I was a fucking idiot.
So all these kids, you know, they sit in mama's basement and now they're all, you know, it was like all the Bernie Sanders supporters and shit like that, you know, free shit, free candy for everyone. But yeah, where's it going to come from? Who's going to make the candy? If you give away the candy for free, nobody's going to fucking make the candy. You know, people have free health care. But then who's going to pay the doctors? Who's going to pay the nurses?
I
Who's
love
gonna
his
pay all
altruistic
this?
ruse, but you know.
You know, oh, if here, let me put it to you this way. If you could possibly figure out a way to give stuff away for free where it has no impact and it's just, you know, it could work possibly.
always going to have an impact.
I'd love it. I'd be the first one to sign up. If somebody could tell me that they could make healthcare for free and it wouldn't affect anything and they wouldn't then, and number two, you also, if you have a government running it and it's free, the government's going to tell you what you can and can't have, you know, and then it starts turning into rationing and stuff like that because it's not free anymore because there's no, but if you could make it infinite and nobody was, you know, picking and choosing what treatments you could get or whatever it is, I'd be all for it. I'd be the first one to sign up.
Sure.
You know, like if that whole communist socialist utopia could actually
man.
work, It can't, but if it could actually work, I'd be the first one to sign up. Be like, yeah, fine, hey, great, everything's paid for. I don't have
Yeah,
to
if you
worry
could
about
figure
shit.
out all the paid for shit, not even the monetary part, even if it's all figured out, if it's falling down from the fucking sky, you create a fucking lazy ass, not self-sufficient.
No,
I mean, just
non-motivated.
just not motivated to do anything.
Yeah.
I wish we had another beer. Damn,
Yeah,
I was stupid only bringing 2 beers.
I should have brought some.
Urban Artifact should send us some real quick, even though this is nowhere except your computer right now.
I got a 20% beer sitting in the fridge.
20%?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's from a brewery that doesn't exist anymore now. It was a Twisted Kate out in LaPorte.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what happened to them. So
Yeah, they went out of business. I've been there before. They had some decent beers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a nice little place. I had ended up, we were there one night and he's like, you want to try this? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So the wife and I were sitting there and it was a 20%er he was messing around with or whatever it was. And so I took home a 4-pack of it.
20%er. Damn. Was it stout?
No, it was I think it was like an IPA that was
What in
just
the hell.
just fermented to hell, man.
That seems like a really bad idea, but
It's
yeah,
like
I'll try anything once.
it's like cough syrup, but
Jesus.
it'll
I like enjoying my beers. Yeah, I had a few beers from them. They were not bad. LaPorte, have you ever been to what is it Back Road?
yeah, Backroad. I've never
Yeah.
been there. I've had their stuff, but
You should go in there sometime. It's looks like where a serial killer would hang out or something. It's like in a fucking loading dock or some
oh
shit.
yeah. LaPorte's a weird town, man. It's like a lot of these towns around here. They just don't seem to support much.
No.
It's like Valpo. The biggest brewery in Valpo is like the worst one. You know, Figure 8.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The food's good there.
Yeah, the
but-
food's not bad. I liked them at first, man, but then I started getting other options. I think Forefathers beats the shit out of them.
Yeah, and I like Ironwood just because it's kind of like a
Oh,
small
yeah.
little hole in the
I
wall.
just like to hang out there.
Yeah.
Barb does pretty good beers too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got that porter. That's pretty good there. Commodore, I think.
Yeah. She's cool shit.
Yeah.
Just as far as people go, and the people at Forefathers are awesome too.
The problem with Forefathers is it become kind of the hip joint to hang out at, and I don't like crowds.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Especially in that place. It's kinda
Yeah,
small.
it's like spam in a can, you know.
You need to fucking expand.
They should just move into where Figure 8 is, and
Figure Eight's got a really nice location. I'll tell you that much.
yeah, they do.
Shit.
I remember the first beer I had from Figure 8 was the worst beer I've ever had in my life, too. It was this. We were at this beer fest. It was Valpo Beer Fest, and the wife. It was a watermelon wheat. Oh. Now
Why would you even try that?
Well, like I don't even like watermelon to begin with, but this was just. I mean, it was like it came out of a donkey's ass, man.
Oh man, that
it was
sounds
just
good.
fucking terrible.
I'm sure that I've had it.
Oh God, it was just fucking brutal. Even my wife, who likes watermelon, was like, "This is fucking terrible." I'm like, "Yeah, it is."
I can probably pull up and see if I've had it or not and call out that specific shitty beer.
Another one of the worst beers I ever had was actually from 18th Street.
Really? Which one was that?
Oh God. Okay, so it was right when they were opening up. They were just starting out, and I was at Crown Brew Fest, and it was a pale ale. Holy shit!
Not good?
Oh God! I mean, I felt like somebody had taken a fucking bridal bouquet and just jammed it in my mouth and just told me to choke on it. It was just fucking terrible. Oh,
That
God
good, huh?
Damn. I'm like, what'd you guys ferment this shit with? With fucking roses or something? Because it was just fucking bad, man.
Doesn't sound good.
Now I've had some other great stuff from them.
Oh yeah, they have some misses for sure, but they definitely have some hits. Their Hunter series is awesome, but
I missed their. They had an Imperial IPA called Nubian Overlord, which was
Nubian Overlord. Huh?
yeah, well, that was really good, man. Boy, that was a good one. Yeah, they've got they either have like really good or just kind of meh like stuff. They're really
Yeah.
like they're really polar on the scale, you know.
I would agree with you there.
You know, I don't know. I think a lot of people, you know, I think as there's options and more options come about, I'm looking for more. I hate to say it, I'm looking for more of an average beer. I'm not looking for that ultimate beer anymore. I'm looking for stuff that I can drink and enjoy.
Daily drinker?
Yeah, I like daily drinkers anymore. I like my, you know, if I go somewhere and I find something, I'm like, hey, this is pretty good, and I could drink a lot of this, and it's cool. That's what I really start looking for.
Yeah.
You know, I'll see things like Shoreline. You know, Shoreline. You know, it's okay. It's middle of the road brewery type of thing, but you know, like Beltane. Beltane's one of those beers I could just drink a piss ton of it and be happy with it.
Yeah.
And I'm
that
great
a Scotch
with
ale?
it. Yeah. It's a Scottish ale, but
Scottish
it's not
ale,
a Scotch ale. Yeah. I always get those mixed up too. I'm like, somebody will say, "Well, it's a Scotch ale." No, it's a Scottish ale.
Scottish, yeah.
You know, I love a good Scotch ale though, man. You know,
Like a Scotch ale and a Scotch egg right now. That'd be good.
I don't. Yeah, Scotch eggs are a little too much for me, but Scotch ale. Now we're talking.
Man. Wish we had some beer.
Yeah.
What do you think, man? You want to wrap this up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
All right.
All right, because we're rambling and it looks like we're petering out. So,
Yeah, man. Thanks for listening. If you actually listen to it this far, really appreciate it.
yep.
And we'll be doing next week. 95% sure we'll be doing a Bears preview show.
Yes.
Should be doing that for most of the home games because I will be up here for most of the home games. So we're trying to get Pete Bodnay. I don't know if you have a Bears expert friend you'd like to bring along, but
No, but I got plenty of people who like to talk shit about the Bears. So,
yeah. Well, we get an antagonist in here too.
All right.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Wrapping
Take
it up.
it easy.
Later on, guys and gals.